how to make chicken curry.
Welcome back. So since we changed the narrative to dodgeball and not dodging bullets, we are back with the food video. And here we are once again busy with the setup. And you can only have a clear mind or think straight when you are organized. So that is the first thing we do here at the Wyman with every job. No matter what it is, we try and be organized first before we begin. So one thing I don't like is when I make curry and there is skin on the chicken. So that was obviously peeled off, what you saw in the beginning, and that was just wiping the camera, a little bit of steam on there. But what you do first is you braise your onions, and now you are obviously ready for the next vegetables. So do apologize for maybe painting that needs to be done if you've seen before now, where the pot is on the stove. That is just because of this kettle that I had to shift over in order for this 2 plates thing to fit in there. So everyone likes a healthy pot of food, and that is why we got this mixed vegetables that will be going in, and it will also just make it nice and filling. So next up we have our Italiana tomato and onion sauce. So it's nice when you have different types of tomato sauce. It adds a nice taste, especially when you're making maybe lasagna or something. You use the ones in the packets or sachets, and then also the all gold bottled tomato sauce, and the last one would be now obviously this in the cans. So here you can see the chicken is all chopped to bite-sized pieces, and the skin was removed, and maybe it was pre-cooked a little bit in the microwave since we defrosted it. But obviously we're going to rinse it off now, and basically it will then go into the pot. So once again, we can call this a moerbei pot, and that is finding anything you have in your pantry or in your fridge and just throw it in the pot, moer it in. Don't really want to use that term because it's a very vulgar, rude word, and we are not about that here at the Wyman. So obviously the chicken is spiced nicely now, and you can see what spices we used over there. And the secret ingredient you can see over there, not really such a secret, but it's basically the double cream yogurt. Okay, so we can see the chicken is lovely spiced. Hopefully the spice and so on seeped into the chicken itself, into the meat. But here we have everything in. So obviously I'm trying to multitask now with one hand recording, the other hand doing the work. I'm actually a lefty, so phone was in the wrong hand there, but yeah, left is my dominant hand. And here we are looking at the sachets that we spoke about, or the packets. I think sachet might be a little smaller than that. And here we have maybe the secret, actually, curry paste. And this was sponsored by my mom. And this will now be used to full effect. We will obviously add some water, split your biscuit, make sure we get everything from there. And you can see that kind of oily or buttery, I don't know what it is. That is what makes the curry so unique. I really need to find out what exactly is in this paste so that I can make it myself from scratch. So obviously salt and pepper. You can see there first fabric. This is a nice one. You don't need to grind it. You can throw it in just like that. Obviously you're going to need a lot of salt now because there's vegetables, there's potatoes, there's meat. Everything needs salt. One can actually, if you need survival skills, you can just survive with salt. Here we are just showing you how we got the potatoes into nice bite-sized pieces. So double cream will now obviously be used to thicken it up. And as we explained before, you need to look at the consistency of the pot of the food and decide whether you want the lid on or off. Because if you have it on, it'll make it more watery, because the steam that you can see over there that is being evaporated will stay in the pot. If you want it to thicken up, you obviously remove the lid so that the steam can evaporate into the atmosphere. And we have the lovely vegetables going in. And probably last but not least is your double cream. So So we're obviously going to use all of this again. And now we're just going to add a little bit of water also in there to skid it and throw that in. So in the bin, and next up we will see now how lovely clean the kitchen is, because all we have to do now is wait for the food to cook finished, and then bon appetit, kitchen is clean, basically just dish and probably go sleep. And basically this kitchen over here was made with all offcuts from previous jobs that you can see on YouTube. There's jobs of each color, full kitchen renovations, bedroom cupboards and so on, and we just utilized it to effect. Basically this entire kitchen you see here was done for free, tiling and cupboards. Danko for your time, and we catch you in the next how-to video.
More how-to videos, link in thy bio.